So yeah, I'm being fucking real. Like, the GCs have unironically become the cult that the trans community could never actually be. So, while mainstream kind of more of this very extreme, like, new language that these very church-like, dogmatic, very purity testing parts of the trans community are kind of being laughed out of into like obscurity. A lot of even the community itself is criticized this very like forceful way of trying to change people's perception. There's been a lot of us who had very nuanced conversations with the other side, the anti-trans and skeptics, as you will, and kind of comes down to is, if people want the freedom to think how they want about trans people and treat us, if they want to treat us unkind, we can be unkind too. And the thing that I was like, okay, is like, obviously, like, people who want to have trans exclusionary feminism, like, that's not for me. But I see stuff like feminists like KJK turning on biological women and treating them and saying, insinuating things like that they're not real women for having the wrong ideology because they become like a cult. Just, they've more unironically become the kind of cult that I've participated in accusing the trans community of being. And I realized that the PSYOP programmed me into thinking these things. And I do think that what's going on with so many people becoming so hateful and obsessed with trans people, it's literally like Cambridge Analytica 2.0. And you see it affecting policy, and you see people so distracted from so many more important things because they're so obsessed with trannies and they seem so sick and deranged. It's by design. This has been done on purpose. And I'm waking up from it, and I see a lot of people waking up to realizing there's better things in life to do than obsessing with trannies all day. Go outside. Don't be toxic in public. Don't be like Posey Parker, toxic at work, being hateful about trannies all day. Just do your fucking job, bitch. Shut the fuck up and do your job. Don't worry about fucking trannies. And all of you, like, sitting on here criticizing trannies all day, if you're not even trans, or if you're not even, like, I kind of get, like, LGBT people, like, doing their separatism, but, and it's the same thing with, like, the trans men. These separatist movements, let's just ask that the community respects us for who we are rather than lumps us all in together and makes us this homogenous group that asks for nothing at the same time while asking for everything. But at the same time, like, to do this fucking validation, like, seeking, like, I have to be real, I have to be the most this or that, it's like a bunch of fucking cults. Like, let's move on from this. This is like high school drama. Like, oh, who's the prettiest? Who's the most valid? You're all fucking, if you can't find it in yourself, the validation, none of you are valid in any of your fucking echo chambers. You're all full of each other, sniffing each other's fucking shit. Get over it. Get over it. Like, nobody, you don't have to, like, look up to somebody or point at someone who has, like, authority over you or something. This is all bullshit. The internet, it's all fake. Like, fuck. This is so deranged. How the GCs and all these fucking conservatives have become so obsessed with trannies. Get a fucking life. But I had a reason to be critical of my community. There's a lot of these bigots on here who have no excuse. It is completely unhealthy. But I'm done criticizing my community all day. I realized that I was driven to be hypercritical of my community and to ostracize myself, and that was by design. Because of this fucking psyop. That I broke the spell and I'm free. And I feel so fucking happy that I'm done listening to this transphobic, hateful cult that teaches trans people and detransitioners to regret just even living their life and just being happy because they hate us. Because it's a fucking hate movement. Because it's programmed by AI to make us all just a bunch of hateful bigots, whether we're doing it to ourselves. And in fact, they target those who end up hating ourselves more aggressively and more abusively than anyone. But I'm out, y'all. I'm fucking free. I feel so fucking good to be free of, like, hateful, just obsessing with trans people in a negative way and, like, trying to, like, be like, oh, well, these are the bad ones and I'm one of the good ones, or these are the good ones. Like, who fucking cares? I'm gonna kiss up to some fucking piece of shit, putrid ass motherfucker who hangs out with like Nazi transvestites in a Discord server, obsessing with trainees all day. Get a fucking life. Like, these fucking TERFs will fucking will like team up with a pedo to go after some tranny, or like LARP as a pedo to get trannies to like fake dox them as a pedo. Valid L's like a fucking weirdo freak, like going around bullying dead children. Like, fuck these people. They don't even deserve to have a job. Stay inside, you fucking autistic losers. Stay inside all fucking day. I wouldn't want to hire you. I wouldn't have to deal with your ass trying to fucking fire you either. This sex-based cult, like, obsessed with biological sex, and you have a lot of people just like going off about the essence of their being so excited about being a biological female or being a biological male. And it's almost like masturbatory the way they do it. It's like, it's like so weird, because it's like, it seems like some of these, women who, some of them ironically are like cis-hons who are in the GC, it's like they have more AGP than I do. Like, I don't even care for vagina like that. And some of these gay guys, like, it's just so much like obsession with like how people are supposed to be. You have like the mass gays getting involved in all of this with their fucking like biological essentialism. You have like eugenicists trying to tip their hat, and literally in these spaces you end up having kind of like a eugenicsy kind of way of people speaking about these matters. And then unironically you have just like Nazis politely chilling there, just waiting for their turn to chime in. And you can question some of these people. It doesn't take very long to poke and prod and figure out that they literally are like cool with white nationalism, and if there is some kind of uprising, like, cool, they'll join in, because why not? We literally had one on this fucking channel, and that was his strategy, to hang out in my server and thought I wouldn't fucking observe this shit. But I dealt with that. I studied him, and that was on purpose. And that's what these people are. These people are sick. These people are fucking deranged. They want to study these people who they want to take down, because they want to have some kind of like conservative, religious, theological uprising. They don't want us to have freedom. They don't want us to have the liberty to make these choices for ourselves. That's why they want to ban transition. They want to put us in camps. They want to put us in institutions. They want to put trans people into asylums so there's no fucking room, and throw us out in the camps to dry out and die out in the sun. It's not transgenocide yet, but they want that. They want that, and that is why they are tipping their hat in the ring, and that is why they're being patient as the situation boils over. But you see them popping up more and more, and they've always been sus. And the people who act like there's nothing going on, well, that's really fucking sus. It was being called a Nazi when I'm against this shit that pushed me into this kind of like socialist to radfem, feminist to radfem pipeline. But now that I'm coming out of it, it's like, you guys are being dishonest when you say that there aren't just these like edgelord Nazis hanging out in your space. I literally had one of these so-called feminists like team up with a fucking weird, creepy transvestic Nazi who everyone thought was a pedo to come after me. And this shit is just like, they want to take down the farms. Like, no, leave that shit up. Okay? Leave the farms up. Y'all don't be fucking deleting shit. Leave shit up. Because it proves what I'm saying. That's my point. That's what I've been trying to fucking say. So, just like trans, supposedly all of that, we're like this cult about this ideology that uses gender as a sacrament. Well, they've created this kind of sacrament around biological sex and being true to your sex and following all these stereotypes that are gender conforming pretty much at the end of the day. And they fight about this and everything, but it's like, wow, what a losing team to still be stuck behind on arguing about is gender nonconformity okay? They are so fucking regressive. And then you have KJK. Now, because there is a woman who was not ideologically pure enough, she is no longer a real woman. She doesn't care about women. She isn't true to her sex enough. How fucking hypocritical is that? That you're gonna say that you're bio essential about biology and that you care about women, and this one woman disagrees with you because she doesn't want to be a fucking hate movement, but she agrees with some things about you, and you just sit there with your drunken wine moms and callously just smugly laugh about how she's not really a woman, and you just went after this girl. Shout out Chandler on Twitter, standing up to you fucking hags. And it makes you pathetic. You are pathetic. KJK, you're a terrible person. And I think you suck. And I've never really targeted you publicly or anything. I just want to say, I hope you hear this, because I think you're a fucking piece of shit. And trannies are going to continue existing, so stay fucking mad about it.